been
I hope I am audible. Just want to see कि कुछ issue हो रहा है about like I'm getting my frames dropped like काफी ज़्यादा. So I don't know if you all can see me and hear me all clear. Um, आवाज आ रही है guys? Is it still lagging? FPS बहुत ज़्यादा drop हो रहा है. I don't know how to fix this यार. How will I fix this? If I change my internet, it will is gonna destroy everything, and I don't have any backup. बहुत lag हो रहा है यार. क्यों हो रहा है भाई? Why is the video dropping? I hope मैं because Ansh Mehra sir is waiting. I'm so sorry guys because इसमें अपने आप OBS का पता नहीं क्या सीन रहता है. Let me quickly restart the stream. Give me 1 second. I hope everything will be sorted. अभी भी थोड़ा थोड़ा lag है guys. I'm so sorry for the lag, but let's just start. Let's not waste time it because I think the audio is coming clear, है ना? Let me just check. Yeah, the audio is clear. I hope this will get fixed very soon. Okay, I'm switching and let's just welcome Ansh Mehra sir. Yeah. Hello, hi sir. There is a bit of a lag, but the audio is crystal clear. I think this will get fixed once the internet is sorted in my place. How are you doing? Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, now I can hear you loud and clear. Yes. Away we go. Sorry for the disturbances at your end, sir, and I'm so sorry for everyone for this minor delay. And we'll start the session right now. All the best.
Awesome. So, folks, I will be having another tab opened up where I can see the comments and everything. So, if there's any issue, do let me know in the comments. Mostly, I think my audio and would be a video would be visible to you. So, folks, I have done this session quite a few times. So, what I've done is I've picked the best parts that I feel might require a good revision. And I'll just basically take you through what you can do this year to improve your product design sense, to basically improve the kind of opportunities you can get this year, and basically become a better designer. And the lessons that I will share here might help developers and PMs as well. So, for those of you who don't know, my name is Ansh Mehra. I'm the founder at the Cutting Edge School. In the past 1 year, we've trained a lot of people in multiple companies, helped them understand how AI can fit into their day-to-day work. At this point, we've also been building custom AI agents and AI solutions for these teams so that they can produce better work in lesser time. And in parallel, we have almost 500,000 people on our YouTube channel learning the basics of AI and design for free. I've regularly spoken about a bunch of examples where people are creating skeletons on Adobe Illustrator, exporting that as a JPEG, uploading it on Adobe Firefly, and then getting these renders on the right side, which tells us that a lot of our responsibility will soon shift from executing to maybe just creating the context and adding the constraints and creating outlines of what we want to create, and simply prompt AI to use our outline as a structure and then fill in all the gaps. In fact, the same creators have been showing samples of creating vector on Illustrator and then taking a textured file from Adobe Firefly and then giving the textured outline as a reference image. So this candy cane texture is then applied to the letter E, and we get results that look on the right side. And I'm not even talking about all the crazy stuff that ChatGPT 4o is doing. We just uploaded a video yesterday, last night, and it is doing so well. The free version no longer allows you to make those edits, only the pro version does, but it's insanely useful for both graphic designers and non-designers. And in most of these cases, people keep asking me, will we be replaced? The short answer is that we will not be replaced, but only if we learn how to evolve on time, right? So this session is a quick revision of all the core first principles that I feel can help professionals to stay relevant and to stay updated, because it's so important to plan your entire career. 12 months prior, these tools become very good, because right now they're still learning, but eventually they'll become pretty good. So, for those of you who are watching me for the very first time, and for those of you who have not explored this entire intersection of AI and design, let's bring everyone on the same page with some first principles. Number one, AI is not a cheap replacement, but it's almost like an intern who's a little drunk. And that is the assumption you need to have when you're using these tools. Most people think that they can use AI for their final draft, which means they would put up a prompt, get the result, and go ahead with the result without validating. Whereas in reality, you need to use AI for your first draft and then use your intelligence to validate it, contextualize it, and then build on top of it. Most professionals feel that they can basically use the consumer chat GPT and upload confidential files of their office and work. Please stop doing that and switch to the enterprise version if you're using this for your professional capacity. And if you want to have utmost privacy in the consumer chat GPT, there's an option to turn off memory and history in the settings panel. You don't need me to show you how to do it, because you can easily chat GPT the same query. If you're trying to use consumer version for analysis of data and graphs of your private documents, you can do that, but just have some level of security, which basically means that blur out all the important information. So a lot of people just upload the full document without deleting anything. But what you can do is you can just upload specific sections where you're not giving away every piece of information. A lot of people feel that if I write a really long prompt with fancy words and phrases, I will get a much better result. Whereas in reality, you can just break it down into steps. Do not constrict yourself, restrict yourself on just having one prompt and getting everything from that one prompt. You can simply write one sentence in the conversation that, hey, Chat GPT, if you get any confusion, if you want any more context, just let me know and I will answer. Instead of blindly accepting what AI gives you, always ask to give two options and then validate them and then build on top of them. Do not be too bullish about prompt engineering. Instead, just learn the first principles of your subject without the help of AI and build your vocabulary. AI is not just some random tool that will run on its own. It needs a very intelligent person. It's like an agent that requires a very well thought brief. It also requires supervision, and you have to check if the agent has done the job correctly. So, I've spoken about a very popular example regularly where I can take a bunch of screenshots from Mobin and follow this very basic 4-part checklist for writing a good prompt, right? Which is all about assigning a role, setting the context, adding constraints, and then setting expectations. To give you a quick example, if I need to prompt for an iOS mobile onboarding experience inspiration, I will simply say that act as a senior UI designer who specializes in XYZ. I'll feed you three screenshots, and each screenshot shows the onboarding flow for an iOS app. And then I will set some context that I am designing a new onboarding flow for an app that helps college students find flatmates. And I need you to study all the three apps I show you. So here, basically, I would be pasting screenshots of three different apps that might be my competitor. Then you need to list out common UI patterns they have, list out all the differences they have, and also point out two good and two bad things each has done in their UI design. Now, these are all arbitrary numbers, right? You can do whatever you want. You can have 10 things, 15 things, it doesn't matter. The important part here is to specify what you want. And in the end, keep your answers short and to the point. Speak from the lens of a UX designer. Give all answers in a well formatted heading and bullet point. So here I've assigned a role. I have set the context and defined my task. I have set the constraints about what I want, and I've set the expectation of the output I need. Now, in many cases, if a junior designer spends time finding these patterns on her own, she would waste at least 20 to 30 minutes. But now ChatGPT can do all of that. The important reminder is that when you're working with AI, and once you've thought about the problem, once you've given the prompt, and once AI gives you a result, you need to intelligently validate it and then build on top of that result and then deliver it to your stakeholders. And that is only possible when you've spent enough time working on your craft. If you're an absolute beginner who knows nothing about her subject, you will never know how to validate and build on top of it. If you try to use ChatGPT to create PRDs, you're making a terrible mistake. Instead, you should upload the PRD that you and your research team has written and ask ChatGPT to find gaps. Rather than using it as a brain replacement, you should use it as an auditor. And we've already made a very detailed video on the future of jobs report. This is going to be one of the most valuable reports that you will read this year for your job and your career. I would 100% recommend you folks to watch the video that we made. It's called Highest Paying Salaries for 2025. And this report spoke about how we are slowly shifting from human automation to human augmentation. The word automation kind of makes you feel that, oh, I will press a button, then AI will take care of everything. Whereas in reality, it is going to be the human brain augmented with AI or any other kind of an intelligence, where you can actually take both of these things together, something like ChatGPT and something like your own physical brain that has its own personal context and experiences, and you augment them together. So the graph that you're seeing right now, it is basically explaining how tasks are being distributed amongst people and technology today, and how those same tasks will be distributed amongst tech and people 5 years from now. Today, in a company, almost 47% of the work is done just with by people. 30% is done with a combination of people and tech, and only 22% is done by technology. But very soon, you will have almost an equal split of 33, 33, 34. So by 2030, from 47% pure people work will reduce to 33%. And the important question is, what exactly do you need to learn to be a part of this 33%? So the report talks about a bunch of core skills, and I will not go too deep into it, but I would recommend you to either read the report and upload it into a tool like Notebook LM or ChatGPT, or you can just watch our video. But I would recommend you to read in detail of all the core skills they have spoken about. And as I keep saying, the future belongs to those who have good health, great taste, strong pattern finding skills, and the vocabulary to describe those patterns. Another ingredient that I've been thinking about recently has been the power of good judgment. Good judgment means that when you look at a pattern and when you look at the context in which those patterns are being applied, do you have good judgment to understand what I need to do? But unfortunately, there is no way to fast track judgment. So that only comes with human experience. There's another website that I found recently. It's called shapeof.ai. A lot of you who are working in companies will be expected to work on interfaces that integrate a lot of LLMs and AI and stuff like chatbots. In those cases, you need to know how user experience will evolve as artificial intelligence becomes like a normal feature in all of these apps. So this will help you become ready or even become, really, really superior to normal designers who are not understanding the UX of using AI. And folks, it's very disheartening, but at this point, very few people have the willpower to learn things consistently, to spend enough time on a daily basis to improve their craft. Mediocrity and average work has suddenly become very acceptable. People want a lot, but they don't want to pay the price for that. Do not be one of those people. Be willing to do hard things. And with AI, doing easy things will become even more easier. In fact, doing or copying pasting anything is going to become very easy. And the simple rule here is that if you can learn something in 1 year, anybody can learn it in 1 year. So you have to keep asking yourself, how do I learn extremely difficult things? Because if you do something difficult, it's very hard to replicate difficult things. But if you're trying to learn something easy, and if you're expecting that easy thing to change your life, you're just lying to yourself. So a lot of people keep asking me, Ansh, when do we decide whether this task has to be done by a human being or through an AI? You have to check for three major components. And what I will teach you right now is not the proper solution, but this will give you some context. You have to check whether the task at your hand has a clear prescription. Does it require empathy? And is it dynamic, which means is it changing with time? If the task at hand, for example, is that you have to find out common keywords and headlines in your competition's website, there is a proper step by step prescription for this task. You make a list of competitors, open their websites, read their content, find common patterns. You don't require too much empathy to find common keywords. You might need empathy to write new copy, but to find patterns in what words they are using, it's pretty much non empathetic. Is it dynamic? Is the website content changing every hour? Not really. So, when a task is purely prescription based, without empathy, without dynamic nature, it is a pure execution task. And here you should use an AI tool. But if the task at hand was to figure out how to make users comfortable accepting self driving taxis and buses, there is no prescription for such tasks. Nobody knows how to solve this accurately. It is extremely, extremely nuanced. You require a lot of empathy and it is completely dynamic. So here it is a pure ideation based task and an AI cannot help you fix this. So this is a human fix. And when you have a mix of prescription and empathy and dynamic, you need human augmentation where humans and AI work together. And it's crazy how this is the latest worst AI will ever be. And we've been helping a lot of designers become builders with no code. We're about to launch a bunch of no code tutorials. We've already made a lot of videos on N8 and AI agents as well. If you have not tried them, I would strongly recommend you to not ignore the AI agent trend. I hope you've started to explore the new Foro image generation model, Bold, Lovable, Replit. Spend 1 week on each of these tools because designers will soon be expected to collaborate with other developers, not necessarily on design files, but on the actual code. So if you know how to prompt in a tool like Bolt or Lovable or Replit, 100% your turnaround times will be faster. I'm not saying it's a necessity. I'm just saying, would it not make you better? And if the answer is yes, then it's 100% worth it to spend enough time learning it. If you scan this QR code, you will be redirected to a playlist where we have explained every important tool you need to know from scratch. Even a 16-year-old school student can learn everything foundational and basics from free from our cutting edge school. In fact, I'm happy to announce that we will soon open up our first school in Delhi, like a proper classroom. And the goal is to eventually expand to Dubai as well. So I'm exploring both of these options. But it's supremely expensive and extremely intimidating. So right now we're trying to fix our content and we will start with some offline classes. But disclaimer, these offline classes are not for beginners. They are only for professionals who are either freelancing or who have 1 to 2 years of experience because the pricing, the cost of these classes is going to be pretty expensive. So for students, we have uploaded so much of content for free to help them teach the basics. And our school is primarily helping people who already have some experience, but they want to jump and take it ahead in life and maybe go to a better company or increase their salary or increase their work in their professional workspace. So if you scan this QR code, you will get access to the waitlist form that we have for our offline courses. So if you know any professional designers in your circle who want to learn UX, marketing, no code building, all of these things, please ask them to fill up this form. And we are personally shortlisting people who will be in the first batch. So this will happen in Delhi. We might have some online batches as well, but primarily we are testing something in the offline space. And these classes will only happen on Saturdays and Sundays. And I'm still not sure about the duration, but we're exploring both 2 day courses as well as 4 week long courses. So we're still deciding how the pricing would work. We might have some external teachers fly in as well. So we're exploring what would be the best option so that we give the absolute highest quality of education that a student can get at that price tag. I would strongly recommend you folks that throughout this journey, please start documenting and writing what you are reading and learning. If you're not documenting, eventually it will get out of your memory and all of that effort will go to waste. So if you scan this QR code, you will be redirected to a playlist, not a playlist, but a short course where we explain Notion. This is my email ID. If you have any doubt in general, uh, in most cases, I've answered a lot of it on my YouTube channel. But if you still have an interesting doubt, or if you're a really good designer who's looking for a job, if you're a really good video editor or a motion graphic artist who's looking for a proper full time job in Delhi or remote freelancing opportunities, then please send me your portfolio, your LinkedIn profile, and your salary expectations to admin@anshmehra.com. Thank you so much for being so patient. And yeah, the floor is open for questions.
Wait, I'm on mute. Thank you so much, sir, for a very quick and eye opener, first of all, for the folks who are there and stuff. And the thing that he mentioned, the courses that Ansh sir will be doing. Because see, I can tell with experience, I have worked with Ansh Mehra sir, and he is, देखो मैं तो यही बोलता हूँ कि sir मेरे गुरु हैं, obviously. And I know the video is lagging still, but the audio is clear. I have learned so much by just observing Ansh Mehra sir that I can say that मैंने बहुत सारी चीज़ें सर को देख देख के सीखी है, which is a small fanboy side of me towards Ansh sir. And yeah, guys, you can quickly go ahead in the chat right now and ask any doubts related to any thing you have in related to your career, the designathon that we are having. So what do you think personally about these big scale competitions like a designathon, for example?
No, I'm very happy that you're doing these because it's high time that we introduce, design hackathons and not just development hackathons. And I think now with no code,
Hmm.
the lines are getting very blurry. I think design hackathons and code hackathons will sort of fuse together and just become building hackathons where you build products.
True.
I think UX might start to get the recognition it has always deserved
Hmm.
with no code coming in, because even developers will now enter a lot of UX research and UX learning. So I think now we will have more discussions around UX because
Correct.
development as a moat is going away.
Hmm.
And now it's all about the kind of experience you provide.
No, I think 100%. And as you can see that, as you also said, that a lot of people are still, busy in their own lives and they are lazy also. And I agree for the fact that a lot of designers, still are clueless on what exactly they have to do in their own lives. And they just don't are not executing that fast. And when it comes to, execution and actually getting ahead in life. And I see there are no, sir, आपको दिख रहा है क्या questions? I think my chat is frozen.
Yeah, even my chat is frozen.
Guys, you can go ahead and quickly ask any doubts if you have.
We have 331 people joining, but
Yeah.
yeah, my chat panel is not opening.
Yeah, no, people are reacting with hearts. I think, guys, if you cannot type, just you can refresh and the
And
chat.
don't forget to post a story on Instagram
Yes,
and tag
sir.
us.
Let's take a photo. By then people are
Yeah.
typing. Yeah. Yeah. I think this is our third or fourth session with sir. Okay, now there people are typing. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so questions are here.
Okay. Can you read them loud? Because I thought
Sure.
I'm not able to see.
How to stay updated with UX trends? Purvang is asking.
I no longer follow UX trends. I think if you're working in a company, just keep talking to your customers. Just talk to your customers. There is, and just focus on functionality. I don't think even aesthetics are that mandatory at this point. Just try to build something useful first and then improve the aesthetics as you make more profit.
Sir, any tips for the designers for the designathon, because they have approximately 4 days to design over a brand brief, and they have
Yeah.
to do branding and UI UX as a team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I would recommend you to spend more time on research and less time on designing. The more you research, the more patterns you'll find, and try to use Grok and ChatGPT's think mode and not the normal mode if you have the pro subscription. And just try to make sure that you do something which is more functional. Do not worry much about aesthetics, but focus more about functional design, how it works, and the kind of features it might have to make someone's life easy.
Okay. Thank you so much for that, sir. And one person is asking, best website for finding jobs and internships.
Like, it's pretty tough to say, right? But I've been hearing a lot about Indeed,
Hmm.
Indeed.com. So maybe you can try that. I've just been hearing a lot about it.
So LinkedIn also? No?
No, I don't think so. I think
Okay.
every time I've put up a form on LinkedIn, I've got terrible entries, like really, really below average
Hmm.
skill set.
Rahul is asking, is this a good idea to use AI trends in client projects?
No, not really. Just ask what the customers want.
Yeah.
Don't worry about trends.
How do we draw a line between user centric versus business centric designs?
You cannot draw a line. The concept of a line comes when you have to say that, oh, these two things are like very different, but they run in parallel. There's no line drawing, to be honest.
Hmm.
And if you're working in a company where the business needs are only satisfied when user needs are ignored, then you should try to exit that company, because eventually customers will leave that product as well, and the product will sort of die, unless it's like some kind of a emotional trigger, some kind of like a social media thing where
Hmm.
the user needs is that, oh, they want less screen time, but the company will make money when the screen time is high. So in that cases, the question of ethics and morals comes into the picture.
Hmm.
But I think stay away in cases where the user needs and the customer needs are diametrically opposite. It should not be diametrically opposite.
True. Perfect. So also, like, what do you think about you doing like a sort of, जैसे मेरे पास ना एक crazy idea है where we take top creators like you who are good obviously, uh, and उनका एक tour हो, जैसे concerts होते हैं ना, उनका एक tour हो where you, because obviously everyone wants to meet you in person, but because so many people can't travel but you can travel, so एक ऐसा अगर tour करा जाए where you are teaching specific things, क्या क्या cool होगा ना सर वो, है ना?
Yeah, cool तो होगा, but it's just like so expensive. Travel is so expensive. Stay is so expensive.
हम्म.
The cost बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ जाता है, and then it becomes very unaffordable for the student.
हम्म.
So yeah, that's why I don't
I
do these
might
fancy
I
things.
might find a way for this. बहुत
Yeah,
मजा आएगा.
you do.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. More questions. ये तो easy है. I would know. Okay, Piyush is asking, would no-code platforms impact design industry? If yes, then how bigger the impact will it be in the coming years?
The impact is going to be very big for sure. Do not learn in the next 4 to 5 years, it's not like they'll be jobless. It's just that they might not get the increments that another designer will get. A
Hmm.
designer who learns the basics of UX of AI, a designer who understands all the new LLM models, a designer who knows how to prompt and do some no code as well and collaborate with developers like
Hmm.
normally, that person will eventually grow. And in 5 years, that person will earn more money. So I'm not saying you lose your job. It's just that you'll stop growing. The rate of growth will plateau. That's all.
No, 100%. I agree with you, sir. Tushar is asking a very interesting question: how to improve storytelling skills as an individual?
I think you should watch a lot of movies and watch a lot of speeches and just take note of what they're doing.
Hmm,
And anytime you talk to someone, just keep practicing one thing that you learned last week, and it's just a game of practice.
makes sense. And more question: can you also do project management with UX?
No, project
Hmm.
management alone is a very heavy task. You
Hmm.
cannot do UX and project management. They're
I
very
think
heavy
they
things.
are very closely related, but work के management में as a like UX work is very
Yeah.
different than
It,
management.
yeah, there's a lot of headspace that is required for each of them.
Hmm. Makes sense. So I think we'll stop here and we'll let you go, and I'll continue with the session. Thank you so much again, sir, for giving us the time. It
You.
it means a lot. And आप मेरे साथ ये बहुत बार कर चुके हो, so मेरे लिए तो अलग ही respect है. So thank you
Thank.
so much, and I'll see you very soon.
All right, bye bye.
Bye, sir. All right, guys, don't leave, don't leave, don't leave. Don't leave, guys. Don't leave. I'm sorry, अंश सर को जाना पड़ा जल्दी. And the logic being, I know my video is lagging for everyone. And yeah, I think अटक ही गई है. Am I? Yeah. The video is dead. Shit. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, the video is cooked. एक काम करते हैं. Let's do one thing. Let me just quickly, send you a Gmeet. I don't know कितने लोग आ सकते हैं एक Gmeet के ऊपर, but I'll try my best. ठीक है? So that at least yeah, you guys can see me properly. No, I want that. And give me 1 second. I'm creating a Google Meet right now for everyone to join in. So just quickly go and join this meeting so that you all can see me and at least listen to me on the spot. ठीक है? Join this. I've shared the meeting link in the group. अभी ये ग्रुप में कह रहा हूँ यहाँ पे डाल रहे हैं. मैंने अगर वाईफाई चेंज किया तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी. सो क्विकली ज्वाइन इन. सिर्फ 10 मिनट का अनाउंसमेंट है एंड विल बी डन. ठीक है, जस्ट क्विकली ज्वाइन दिस स्पेसिफिक गूगल मीट. इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एक बार सब लोग ने ज्वाइन कर लिया तो हो जाएगा बेस्ट. गाइज मेक श्योर टू कीप योर सेल्फ म्यूटेड. थैंक यू सो मच. एंड या आई थिंक फट तो जाएगा ये. आई नो एवरी वन. मैक्स लिमिट इज 100. एटलीस्ट ये 100 लोग तो सुन पाएंगे मेरे को. दैट्स व्हाट आई वांट. Let me quickly switch to my main so that you know.
Hello.
Give me 1 second, guys. Guys, quickly join the Google Meet right now. Yeah, I think the max limit is reached. Have we crossed? Yeah, I think the 100. What should we do, bhai? What should we do? Let me quickly stream it over here also for the folks. And I hope this is visible, and I hope I'm audible to the guys in the meeting also. I won't stop the streaming. Okay. This is, I don't know, इसको Murphy's law कह लो या क्या कह लो, I don't know. But whatever, whenever we try to do something this big and this huge, कुछ ना कुछ तो होता ही है जो गरब खराब होना होता है. एंड वो आज हमारे कैमरा और आई डोंट नो ये बैंडविथ में गेम हो गया. I never expected this to happen. The internet was very smooth from the very start, so I'm very sorry if you guys actually faced some issues for the video jittering. So I'm sorry, please bear with me. So obviously I have like दोनों जगह आवाज आ रही है. So I get it, the audio is perfect, the video will be also perfect because अब एक एक करके चलेगा. So the guys who are on the Google Meet, you can leave the YouTube so that आपको डबल डबल आवाज ना आए, है ना. आई एम वेरी वेरी सॉरी. इंस्टा लाइव करना है. इंस्टा लाइव नहीं यार. अब खत्म करते हैं इसको लाइव करके. लेट्स नॉट वेस्ट एनीवन्स टाइम. सो ओके, एवरीथिंग हैव बीन टोल्ड टू यू ऑल ऑब्वियसली इन द व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप. मिल गया है कि क्या क्या हुआ एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट, बट आई विल स्टिल शेयर द डॉक्यूमेंट once more on the live for everyone. ठीक है. So obviously this is a everything document shared to the folks who actually registered and who actually got the ticket and who have formed the teams and everything. वो majority of the folks है. So there are 4 problem statements जो यहाँ पे है. You guys can read it, but let me quickly give you the main deliverables are mentioned just below all the problem statements. ठीक है. The logic being कि obviously your deliverables over here have to when it comes to the branding side, आपको ब्रांड नेम, आपका टैगलाइन, आपको जो भी करना आप कर सकते हो. द गिवन नेम यू कैन चेंज इट ऑब्वियसली. वर्ड मार्क एंड आपको अगर वर्ड मार्क बनाया तो वर्ड मार्क, लोगो बनाया तो लोगो, इट्स योर चॉइस. कलर पैलेट्स एंड एवरीथिंग ये सब आपको, यू ऑल नो दीज बेसिक्स. डिज़ाइन सिस्टम्स में यू कैन क्रिएट बटन्स ऑफ योर ओन, कस्टमाइज देम. दीज आर सम बेसिक डिलीवरेबल्स जो वी कैन एक्चुअली सी इन योर यू आई. ऑब्वियसली यहाँ पे जो मेन चीज़ें हैं वो कंपल्सरी नहीं है. ऑब्वियसली एवरी वन इज क्रिएटिव इन देयर ओन वेज एंड द लॉजिक बीइंग कि you all just have to focus on the things that you can actually deliver on time. ठीक है. Now coming to the UI UX side, obviously एक होम स्क्रीन होनी चाहिए. फर्स्ट टच पॉइंट क्या है, कहाँ पे लैंड करेंगे लोग, है ना. वो की फ्लोज आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. मिनिमम 3 स्क्रीन जहाँ पे कि बंदा अगर क्लिक करेगा तो कहाँ जाएगा. एंड जो मेन प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट है उसका जो मेन UI है वो सॉल्व करना है. एंड सी इसमें सब लिखा है एवरीथिंग एंड क्या क्रिएटिविटी है एंड क्या, वो आगे वीडियो का भी बता रहा हूँ. बट द लॉजिक बीइंग यू ऑल आर हेला क्रिएटिव, यू ऑल आर हेला स्मार्ट एंड जीतेगा वही जिसके पास एक्चुअली में दिमाग लगाने वाला वो हो जाएगा, क्या बोलते हैं, कैपेबिलिटी when it comes to actually executing things on their own with their own team. As good team leaders, you all are very capable of the fact that you know what works and what not and what you can do in the given time. So the logic is आप लोगों को रिलैक्स करना है, अपना बेस्ट देना है. अगर आप लोगों को फ्रेमर यूज़ करना है आप फ्रेमर यूज़ करिए. आपको फिग्मा पे प्रोटोटाइप करके एनिमेट करके दिखाना है आप वो भी कर सकते हो. इट्स completely your choice. But the logic is in the final form there will be requirements for your Figma link जहाँ पे आपने UI बनाया वो, है ना. सेकेंड, अगर आप फ्रेमर व्रेमर कर रहे हो, एक्स्ट्रा चीज़ें डाल, एक्स्ट्रास के भी पॉइंट्स आपको ब्राउनी पॉइंट्स ऑब्वियसली मिलेंगे. व्हेन इट कम्स टू यू नो मेकिंग अ होल ब्रांड आइडेंटिटी आउट ऑफ इट एंड अपलोडिंग इट एज अ PDF, ब्रांड आइडेंटिटी का ऑप्शन ऑब्वियसली होगा. सब लोगों को एक ब्रांड आइडेंटिटी अटैच करनी है, बट कितना क्रेजी जाना है उसके अंदर, कितना प्रोफेशनल बनाना है, कितना अच्छा करना है, वो आपके ऊपर होगा. एंड यहाँ पे क्रिएटिविटी बूस्टर्स में आपको आपके लिए कुछ पॉइंटर्स हैं जो आप यूज़ कर सकते हो.
Hey Vansh, you are not audible here.
गिव मी 1 सेकेंड. आई एम नॉट ऑडिबल. ऑटोमेटिकली म्यूट कैसे हो गया इधर. आई एम सो सॉरी गाइज, ऑटोमेटिकली म्यूट हो जाता है. अभी आवाज़ आ रही है गूगल मीट फोक्स.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Now coming to the bonus pitch, obviously. The logic is अब ये जो पिच वीडियो है ये क्यों बनानी है. वंश ये पिच वीडियो बना के हमारे को क्या मिलेगा, हम लोग को क्या मिलेगा, ये करके क्यों करें हम ये. द लॉजिक इज अब तुम लोगों ने जो चीज़ बनाई है ना, इट हैज़ टू कम टू लाइफ. एंड यू गाइज एज डिज़ाइनर्स, अगर आप लोग आपने जो बनाया है वो अगर आप एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर पाओगे किसी को, सो आपका कम्युनिकेशन वाला फैक्टर कभी इंप्रूव नहीं हो पाएगा. सो वी थॉट वाई नॉट गिव यू गाइज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी. ऑब्वियसली इट्स नॉट मैंडेटरी फॉर एवरी वन, इट विल बी एन ऑप्शनल थिंग टू डू. बट ऑब्वियसली इसके बहुत भयंकर लेवल के पॉइंट्स होंगे बिकॉज द जूरी में हमारे पास लोग हैं. इट्स एन अनोनमस जूरी. वी हैव फोक्स फ्रॉम गूगल, वी हैव फोक्स फ्रॉम वोडाफोन आइडिया, कोटक सिक्योरिटी. सिंपल एक पता है आपको जूरी मेंबर, वो है निशा कुमारी मैम. बाकी 2-3 लोग और हैं जिन्होंने मना किया है हमारा नाम यूज़, उनका ऑफिशियल नेम यूज़ करने से. सो ऑब्वियसली वी कैन नॉट टेक नेम्स बिकॉज अगर हमने उनका नाम लिया सो अ लॉट ऑफ यू गाइज माइट डायरेक्टली अटैक देम. और किसी ने निशा का चॉइस था कि हाँ, यू कैन टेक माई नेम. Nisha is that bold, and even obviously I'm the face. I can obviously the host has to be responsible for whatever is going on. So I will take full responsibility on the things that will go down after today. Now the logic is तुम लोगों को इतनी टेंशन नहीं लेनी हर चीज़ की. Everything is mentioned over here. ठीक है, या लास्टली पढ़ लेना प्लीज, इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है. कमिंग बैक टू द स्लाइड्स. ठीक है, ये हमने व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में सारी चीज़ें बता दी थी. तो एक बार प्लीज़ जाके एक बार व्हाट्सएप खोलो, उसमें अनाउंसमेंट्स में जाना. अगर आप पहले से ग्रुप के अंदर हो, अगर आप लेट ज्वाइन किए उसमें, सी वी डोंट ऑब्वियसली आर नॉट अकाउंटेबल फॉर यू टू जस्ट. आपको मेल मिलती है, मेल्स पे तो यार सब लोग चेक करते हैं. अगर आप मेल्स लेट चेक करोगे तो हम लोग कैसे गारंटी ले पाएंगे कि आपको सब समझ में आ रहा है. एटलीस्ट यू हैव टू बी दैट स्मार्ट अबाउट द फैक्ट दैट यू नो व्हाट वर्क्स एंड क्या करना है. यू शुड बी अवेयर अबाउट एवरीथिंग व्हाट्स गोइंग ऑन इन लाइफ. तभी आगे बढ़ोगे ना ऑब्वियसली, तभी डिजाइनथॉन में आगे जाएंगे लोग. बहुत बेसिक चीज़ है, तो प्लीज़ बी वेरी अटेंटिव कि क्या चल रहा है ना. एंड दैट्स इट. नाउ लेट मी शो यू. मैंने दिखा दिया मास्टर डॉक्यूमेंट ऑब्वियसली. क्लोजिंग टाइम फॉर द फाइनल सबमिशन विल बी 1 April 2025 इज 11:59 तक, which is obviously the full day of 1 April also. So that I'm clearing it out. ये PDF मैं भेज दूंगा in the group so that everyone can read it. It's just simple pointers. Obviously now make sure to join these sessions. As we can see, there were approximately 400-500 people watching live. 400 starting में थे, उसके बाद 380 300 330s में घूम रहे थे, which was great. And I think a lot of folks will also watch it later because obviously everyone loves to watch it later. And obviously RCB CSK, thanks to that, a lot of folks are busy in that. Even I want to watch it, but hey, we have responsibilities. Now these sessions obviously will give you ideas. So अंश ने कुछ 3-4 चीज़ें भेजी थी. Obviously I cannot call it right now. तो एक बार ना वो अंश की ऑडियो जो पूरी हुई है वो एक बार सुन लेना with what is going on the screen. कुछ ऐसे इंसाइट्स उन्होंने बताए हैं जो आप अपने डिज़ाइनथॉन में यूज़ करके इम्प्लीमेंट करके आगे. मैं एक चीज़ बताने वाला हूँ, वो आगे बताऊँगा. एंड देन संडे को सेशन होगा, मंडे को सेशन होगा. सो ऑल दीज 4 days आर full of sessions and discussions. So even if these sessions are done, we will host like small discussion sessions in the Discord server for you all to join in and ask questions directly and get help. And yeah, we are here for you to support you throughout and keep taking as many photos as वो मैं आगे बता रहा हूँ. Okay, once relax. Now, rules to keep in mind, obviously, the criterias will be the same for all problem statements. अब यहाँ पे ना डॉक्यूमेंट के अंदर हमने यहाँ पे क्राइटेरियाज डाले, ठीक है. ये देखो जजिंग क्राइटेरियाज देख रहे हो, ये देखो ये जजिंग क्राइटेरियाज है हमारे. लेट मी जूम इन. सो एज यू कैन सी इमर्सिव एंड एक्सपीरियंस डिजाइन. अब आपको क्या यूजर को समझ
Vansh,
या
Your screen is not visible.
yeah.
है यार, ये गूगल मीट फट रहा है. अब गूगल मीट में प्रेशर आ रहा है, बताओ.
वो तो तब से नहीं है, वो तो बहुत टाइम से स्क्रीन जीरो है.
व्हाट, हाउ इज
हम
दैट?
लोग बस आवाज सुन रहे हैं तब से, हम लोग तब से आवाज सुन रहे हैं बस.
आवाज आ रही है अभी? इज दिस विजिबल नाउ?
अब विजिबल हुआ है.
Be visible.
Yeah, it is now.
Lama. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. All right. So the criterias obviously will be the same for all the problem statements जो मैंने दिखाए है ना यहाँ पे. So ये मास्टर डॉक्यूमेंट उन्हीं को देंगे हम ऑब्वियसली जिन्होंने डिजाइनथॉन में रजिस्टर किया व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप के अंदर है, वो हमने भेज रखा ऑलरेडी. द फाइनल फॉर्म एज आई सेड गोज लाइव जो है हमारा, जो जाएगा 12 PM को जाएगा ऑन संडे, दैट इज 31 April. इन द फॉर्म देर विल बी अ वीडियो दैट आई जस्ट टोल्ड यू अबाउट, है ना, फॉर यू ऑल टू सबमिट. इसमें सब लोग बहुत मेहनत करना, जो लोग अगर कर रहे हैं कोशिश. तो ये वीडियोस जो हैं, क्योंकि हम लोग ये एयर करने वाले हैं एवरीवेयर एज अ कंबाइंड यूट्यूब वीडियो, एंड वी यू नेवर नो हु विल सी दिस बिकॉज वी विल सर्कुलेट दीज टू अ लॉट ऑफ कंपनीज. अ लॉट ऑफ बिग कंपनीज हैव आइज ऑन यू गाइज. मैंने बहुत सारी कंपनीज, बहुत सारे स्मॉल स्केल स्टार्टअप शार्क टैंक के स्टार्टअप सबसे बात कर रखी है कि जो हम आपका ना डेटाबेस, जो जितने भी आप लोग सबमिशंस दोगे, हम टॉप 15-20 उनके स्पेसिफिक डोमेन के हिसाब से उनको देंगे. एंड दे विल एक्चुअली, इफ दे लाइक योर आइडिया एंड वॉट यू हैव डन इन द 4 days, they might reach you out as well. So stay tuned for that because this whole thing is full of opportunity वाला thing ही है, पर हमने स्ट्रक्चर करने की कोशिश करी है. एंड लास्टली बस आग लगानी है सब लोगों को, वो तो सब कर ही रहे हैं ऑब्वियसली. Again, I'm saying take as many photos as possible, take as many videos as possible, and make sure to have fun because यहाँ पे मज़ा भी आना चाहिए सब लोगों को. because अगर मज़ा नहीं आया तो फिर क्यों ही कर रहे हो, obviously, right? make sure to tag us in all the stories that you post, everything, every video, कुछ भी कर रहे हो, मस्ती कर रहे हो, है ना, प्लीज मेक श्योर टू सेंड दैट एंड टैग अस, ग्रुप को यूज करो, वीडियोस भेजो, लोगों को फोमो बनाओ कि देखो हम कितने आगे निकल गए तुमसे, जलाओ भाई, मैं तो बोलता हूँ एक दूसरे को जलाओ, बहुत मजा आता है उसमें कंपटीशन में। एंड द कंपटीशन का पार्ट में वही मजा आता है ना कि भाई ये देखो हमारी टीम ये जीते वो जीते, क्या बहुत मजा आएगा। लेट्स सी हाउ दिस गोज। And one mega announcement from my side to you all tomorrow. I'm gonna be telling you all a little bit about it. So we are building. Okay, थोड़ा सा build up करते हैं। कुछ क्रेजी बना रहे हैं बहुत टाइम से, ठीक है। हमारे को 4 महीने लग गए आइडिएशन करने में, एंड पिछले 4 महीने से आइडिएशन से उससे पहले हो गए थे। तो वी स्टार्टेड आइडिएशन आई थिंक बैक इन अक्टूबर। सो जो अक्टूबर का नाम मैंने चेंज करके फॉन्टोबर ही कर दिया, क्योंकि मैं फॉन्टोबर करने वाला हूँ, बिकॉज every October Fontober will return. The folks who don't know what Fontober is, Fontober एक ऐसा इवेंट होता है हमारा जहाँ पे हम फॉन्ट्स को सेलिब्रेट करते हैं। मोर ऑन दैट व्हेन अक्टूबर अराइव्स। सो अक्टूबर से वी स्टार्टेड आइडिएशंस फॉर दिस स्पेसिफिक थिंग, एंड लास्ट 4 महीने से हमने दिसंबर से चालू कर दिया इसका डेवलपमेंट, एंड बहुत सारे वर्जन्स बनाए, बहुत सारे रिजेक्शंस करे, बट एक फाइनल एक प्लेटफॉर्म आप लोगों के लिए आने वाला है फॉर ऑल द डिज़ाइनर्स। जस्ट टू गिव यू अ जिस्ट अबाउट इट, it will be like a LinkedIn plus Zepto plus GitHub for all the designers out there. Gmeet folks, are you excited for this?
यस, फॉन्ट्स ऑर्डर करने वाले हैं हम लोग,
Yeah?
जेप्टो जैसा फॉन्ट्स ऑर्डर करेंगे हम लोग।
नहीं, फॉन्ट्स ऑर्डर नहीं करोगे। सो अब है यहाँ पे बहुत सारी assumptions होगी, इसलिए मेरे को वो चाहिए था ताकि मज़ा आएगा। Because tomorrow we are going to be showcasing you guys a lot of some basic wireframes that have been developed and functionalities. So बहुत मज़ा आएगा सब लोगों को। I hope you all will love this one because this one is for the community. It's gonna be an invite only platform. तो कल हम एक फॉर्म शेयर करेंगे, उनमें से सिर्फ टॉप 100 डिज़ाइनर्स को सिलेक्ट किया जाएगा टू बी गिवन द फर्स्ट एक्सेस टू द प्लेटफॉर्म, बिकॉज वो बीटा फेज में लॉन्च होगा। हम बीटा टेस्टिंग करेंगे फर्स्ट 100 यूजर्स के साथ, एंड देन वी आर गोना बी लॉन्चिंग इट फॉर द वर्ल्ड। सो बहुत मज़ा आएगा। आई होप एवरी वन इज़ गोना एन्जॉय दिस, एंड या थैंक यू ऑल सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग इन। ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट फॉर दिस स्पेसिफिक डिज़ाइनथॉन, and this is our first ever designathon that we are conducting, so I hope everything is gonna be very smooth. आप लोग बहुत cooperative हो हमारे साथ, तो thank you so much for actually cooperating on every single aspect of the communication side, of understanding everything that you want to do and stuff, and yeah, all the best. Oh wow, stream end हो गए अपने आप। Wow.
Also, you'll have to correct the date in your PDF. It was 31st April as the submission.
31st April?
हाँ।
कौन सा PDF?
बहुत टाइम है, अब तो आराम से बनाएंगे।
अरे
कौन
यही
सा?
वाला, इसकी submission 31st April you've written.
Where?
April like March.
Whatever the PDF you were showing.
Yeah, main PDF.
Thank you so much for pointing it out. Yeah. All the best, guys.
थैंक यू।
Thank you.
इसका रिजल्ट कब होगा?
Result will be by 3rd या 4th of April.
Okay, thank you.